it's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and we are in Chula Vista at Joe Jean's. This is an installation that went in a couple of years ago, and Joe Jean's been battling with his HOA about our choice of rock top dressing. Their rule is no gravel, period. So we are here today to remove it. He's going to use it in his backyard. But we are going to have to go with an alternative round or pebble rock to satisfy the homeowners association. I am also absorbing the cost of the rock because I was so sure that they would love this and this would set a precedent for the neighborhood, because this is a newer neighborhood, that I asked him to take a chance and let's ask for forgiveness instead of permission. And I was wrong and it didn't fly. You know, live and learn. So it's all good. I mean, we're going to do our very best to make this amazing. The plants are really starting to mature and to get larger and to make more of a statement. And that's what I reassured him of, because he does not like river rock. And that's basically the only option at this point because there's just so much ground to cover. But I'm going to do some fun things with it. We're also going to, Gordon had a really great idea with the rubble that we can repurpose. They didn't complain about that. So we can repurpose the rubble on top of the river rock. And then I'm going to get some black pebble in bags to do a little splashing for contrast. But the cost of black polished rock is so prohibitive that we can't do that. What color pebble? Daddy's going to get with me once he gets to the rock yard to see what's available. So we'll just see about it. I mean, look at this though. Look at how this landscape is knit together. How incredible it is. And yes, you can see what we've already removed. And we've just gotten started about 15 minutes ago. So yes, after we remove all of the spent blooms, you know, and clip things back away from the sidewalk, open things up just a little bit, air it out a tad. Beyond that, you know, I don't want to make a lot of changes in the impact of the plants. You can see here that these aloe striata, looks like they got hit pretty hard with mealybug at some point. You can see the residue. It looks like they have been treated though. The mealies look dead, but I do still see some ant activity, so these may or may not stay. This agave filifera does not look well, so it's coming out. No, that's not a dazzlerian.
Aren't they all?
No. Or is it? Is it a dazzlerian? Oh my gosh, you're right. It is a dazzlerian longissimum, but it's not a happy one. So off with its head. And you know, this cotyledon, this purple cotyledon, the color is so magnificent. But see what it tends to do over time, how it tends to get a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot trunky and floppy. So we can fix that by working with it as a cutting. Same with this variety of cotyledon. We've got some, you know, real big long trunks that we can just pull out and stick back in the ground. You know, then here we've got a beautiful little aloe hidden down there that can be pulled out and perhaps set in the place of the dazzlerian. And the superbum here, woo, he happy. Rushi is happy. Oh yeah, see, here's another dazzlerian that's quite pleased with itself. But see how this just looks a little askew? I mean, this is what happens after a number of years. Things grow and then they look a little unintentional. But the combo of this kiwi aeonium and this cotyledon and this superbum is absolutely gorgeous. So yes, we'll get this, you know, dialed in and reset a little bit, but I don't want to change the overall impact of it. You know, and this is my education. This is my advanced degree. Maintaining my own installations is how I learn how these plants grow and mature. So this is my favorite thing to do. I mean, look at this jade at this Argentia sunset. It is massive. So again, not changing the profile, but just airing it out. There's an undulata here, and there's an undulata over here that's completely buried. So just knowing, you know, that we can cut and reset and, you know, treat these plants like plastic gives me the confidence to just start hacking away and see what I uncover. This little Pilosoceras is reaching for the light. That one can be dug up and flipped. It's interesting too to see the baby, how many needles it has. Isn't that interesting? That's a form of self-protection for the plant. And for whatever reason, that little baby was feeling a little insecure. So threw off a lot more needles. And then this cream spike. This is such a beautiful plant, the way it throws off its pups. I love this. And I planted it like this because I knew this would happen and I wanted to give it plenty of room. You know, this Dazzlerian now, I don't know about it. This whole area is in desperate need of rethinking, isn't it? It's a hot mess. Yeah, this is a hot mess. I've got to get in here and pull things out and do some resetting and tighten it up. I think what I'll do, I'll leave the Dazzlerian, but I'll pull out all the Fred Ives, all the Superbum, all the Cotyledon, and then just reset them in, you know, closer to the rock and give this Dazzlerian room. I think that's going to look great. And then over here, we had a casualty in this cactus pot. This branch rotted, so we need to see, because I didn't irrigate this pot, but we need to see what's going on and make sure that the drainage hole isn't clogged at the bottom. And then I'll just take out that dead piece, flip it, restage the rocks, and get on with life. So over here on this side of the drive, we've got, you know, some really, really healthy, happy plants. Look at this trio of Allostriata and how much happier it is. That mealybug on the other one really did a number on it, but this one looks great. Over here, this blue glow is also superb, but it's becoming quite crowded. Our client does not want this Cotyledon. He doesn't like it. He said it attracts a lot of bugs. He's not happy with it. So I'm going to move that blue glow over here. Problem solved. Not that there's ever a problem, but there is a lot of rubble in here. I'm just noticing, you know, as the plants have grown, there's a lot of this that we'll be able to repurpose once we get the new rock down. I'm excited. I think this fresh new look is going to be amazing. All right, so what time is it, Hannah? You don't know? Well, I think it took us about 4 or 5 hours, but we got her done. We pulled out all of the burgundy and the black lava rock, and we put down Arizona River rock, and then we just, you know, threw the rubble down. This rubble was in more of a ribbon initially, but I just kind of slung it down to break up the Arizona River rock. But yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, it's fine. It's, frankly, I don't really see that it's that much different from what was here before, but whatever. If it makes the HOA happy, I guess we're happy. So I did pull the potted Bacarnia recurvata that was right here, and I stuck it over there on the side of the house because there was just too much going on. Straightened up the Pilosoceras. I think it pulled for the light in the winter probably. In the summer it gets plenty, so it's fine. Really dialed in this, you know, just this whole area was just super run-a-mucky. So got this, oh my gosh, it just looks so pretty. The plants are just growing in so beautifully. We had very little left over. Unfortunately, the client was really hoping we'd have a whole bunch of plants for him to work into the backyard, but we didn't really have a whole lot. You know, this garden was well planted and thoughtfully designed, so didn't really need a whole lot of tweaking outside of just, you know, raking off all of the original rock. I limbed up the Hercules, looks much better. and we cleaned all of the dead blooms off of the barrel cactus. Yeah, I sprinkled a little fiberglass in there for, you know, for just a little added bling. It's pretty subtle, but hey, you know, we tried. And, you know, we tried to get, or we thought about doing a black rock for contrast, but we couldn't find the right rock and just decided, you know what, no, this is going to be good enough. The plants are going to steal the show, and they really are. This tapestry is stunning. It is just flourished and filled in so beautifully. Could not be happier with it. I can show you all of the rock that we pulled off the garden. Yes, and the leftover plant material, there wasn't, as I said, a whole lot, mainly just some hunks of jade, a few superbum, and a few aeoniums. This, the client loves the look of the Portulacaria afrovariegata just in full bush mode, and I do too. You know, especially softens the river rock and just looks so lush against this more minimalistic planted side garden. We moved a blue glow that was lost right here, back here, and this will be, I trimmed up its roots too, so it'll probably be good here for a couple more years, and then I will either, you know, move it back or find a new home for it. I also tucked in just a little Cameronii cutting right here because it felt a little light. But yeah, so no fuss, no muss, you know, we got her done. It is the end of June, guys, so Pride Month is almost over. Our campaign is going splendidly. If you haven't got your merch, remember that all proceeds from the shop this month go to the Trevor Project, and I will be announcing our total contribution after the end of June. Thank you all so much for your participation, generosity, and support. Tomorrow will be Walkabout Wednesday. I'm doing some consulting in Del Mar, but we'll be sure to walk about and give you the latest and greatest on what's going on at Casa Eubanks. In the meantime, please hit me up with your comments, questions, suggestions, whatever you got. It's another one in the books. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, reporting in Chula Vista with our almost 2-year-old installation and maintenance, and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.